In Tokaido, you'll play as travelers in old Japan. Along the way, you'll have encounters with people, work small jobs, eat, shop, and enjoy the sights. You'll place the achievement cards nearby. These will be awarded for accomplishing tasks in game, such as most encounters, and first to finish a panorama. Shuffle the souvenir, hot springs, encounter, and meal cards and place them on the board. Sort the panoramas by their 3 types. Place the coins nearby. Choose colors and take the matching meeple, a marker for travel points or TP, and a color token. Then choose a character. We usually take one at random. The game says choose one between 2 random. It's up to you, I guess. Each one has a hole in the top left for your color token, and a coin in the top right to show your starting money. The bottom shows their ability. Mitsukuni earns 1 additional travel point for every hot springs visit and achievement card. The player farthest behind always gets to go, just like in Patchwork. You can sometimes have a few turns in a row this way. Panoramas allow you to see all the beautiful sights along your journey. If you stopped at enough viewpoints, you complete the picture and collect the achievement bonus. If you donate at the temple, you get TP. Donations can earn TP at the end of the game too, so don't skip visiting here. Farms let you work in exchange for 3 coins. The next 2 are also panoramas. Encounters can bring lots of cool things, from coins to TP to cards. This is another temple. Hot springs let you relax, earning TP. These 2 are also panoramas. The village space lets you purchase souvenirs. You want to get 1 of each type: art, clothes, food, and objects. Doing so earns you travel points. In fact, everything in this game either gives you TP or money. The next is another farm, and finally, the inn. You can get some food there. The first one to the inn gets their choice of food, meaning they can take the cheapest one, leaving the expensive ones for their opponents. Keeping other players from finishing sets and from buying valuables is the key to winning. Once everyone has reached the final inn, go through the achievement cards and update the score track. The player with the most points wins. Take your time enjoying the journey, collecting memories and items along the way, and ending it with a fine meal. That's Tokaido. Tokaido's board is very wide, maybe twice the size of an average board, and won't fit on smaller tables or coffee tables. Other than the board, the components don't take up much space at all. This is definitely a weeknight game. It usually takes, including setup and takedown, around an hour. We found this to be the case of 3, 4, and 5 players. Of course, with new players and young kids, this can take a little longer. Speaking of young kids, this is a perfect game. The rules can be taught in a few minutes, and there isn't a lot of reading. Almost everything is symbols, and there are a few numbers. I would say even 6-year-olds could handle Tokaido. I like playing as Setsuki the orphan. Her ability means she can get a free meal at the inn. I balance her ability with the farm for money and encounters for various rewards. I donate a lot of money at the temple, going for that bonus, and not worry about being able to afford a meal. I usually keep a little bit of money just in case, because you aren't allowed to buy the same meal twice. I'll try to make it so that the other players are stuck with the most expensive meals. In our last game, it meant Mom barely had any money the whole journey and had to keep going to the farms instead of other stops. Tokaido supports 2 players, but I don't think it's as fun. With more players, you have to guess the actions of more people, which makes your decisions tougher. You also have fewer spaces to stop, especially with 5 players. The board is really big. They wanted it to look like the coast road in Japan. My dad showed me maps. The casual and new gamers best suited for Tokaido may not have a table big enough to play. Maybe if it was split into pieces, stage 1 and stage 2, they could play it in parts, or, if they have the space, the full game. The player cards have little holes in them to place your color token. This is good and all, but some of the holes aren't cut properly, meaning that the token doesn't fit. For a light game, Tokaido has some interesting mechanisms. There are tons of sets to collect, and it's unlikely you'll get even most of them. If you're close to finishing a panorama, the other players will do what they can to stop you. Same with buying sets from the shops, or visiting the hot springs, and so on. The variable player powers give you a goal at the start of the game, but some are definitely better than others. It doesn't really affect the gameplay, but Tokaido is so pretty. It really helps everyone get into the game. Who doesn't want to go on a peaceful trip in Japan? Then, once everyone is comfortable, you start blocking and all that other fun. I think Tokaido is a really nice game, when it isn't mean, that is. It's beautiful, easy to learn, and quick enough that families can enjoy after dinner. I don't love Tokaido, but maybe I did when I was first learning the game. It was a gateway game for us, and I recommend it for people looking to get into modern games. I'm going to try something a little different here. For experienced gamers, 1 thumb. For new and young gamers, definitely 2 thumbs. Oh, this is my last review for a couple of weeks. We'll still post on Twitter at cardboard_kid. Thanks, and remember, keep playing games.